Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's time to run some big bud around the farm, chase some combines. But today's video is brought to you by Brooklyn Bedding. So more on that in a minute, but let's get going. Keep this harvest rolling. Stay tuned. Like I got some washing to do. Oh boy. All right. Up the cart. Yeah, it's splattered a little bit too, but not as bad. That's not terrible. Cool beans. Okay, we're back. Oh, it was a rainy couple days. And I made a muddy mess of this thing. So we're going to hopefully get some good days in. It's supposed to be nice, warm, and sunny, and no rain for at least the next 10 days. That means we can get a lot cut, which is good. So I'm probably going to continue to be the operator of this machine until Leg Arms takes over for me. So let's fire her up, let's get loaded up, let's go chase combines. Just over 1,100 bushels in the cart, so we're pretty full. I think this truck here needs a little bit in the back. Don't think it's quite full yet. And then we'll run over and finish dumping the rest at new peat, repeat, and then we'll have 2 full trucks. We're short a guy right now, so I'll park this and go dump the truck and then get back at it. Hopefully the turnaround won't be too long. Well, we might have had our first experimental prototype testing phase failure, maybe. I don't know, complication. Running this, I've been noticing unloading, and I don't have the gate open all the way. I only run about halfway on that, but occasionally I can feel the load and clutch slip a little bit. And it'll slow down, and then I pull the gates back a little bit. Sorry, the wind's blowing right there. And then all of a sudden, it'll grab, and it speeds back up to full RPM again. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe this isn't quite set right. So we've been running it, it's been fine. Well, it did it again to me when I was unloading the truck. It slowed way down. I was like, all right, so they're slipping, so I backed the gate off. Well, I finished unloading, stopped, and now the PTO won't fully disengage. The load and clutch is still slightly engaged. So even with the switch off, it still tries to turn the PTO a little bit. I don't really know what to do about that. I fiddle with the air. It's an air-operated pneumatic system. Ran the air out, tried adjusting the pressures and whatnot, turned the tractor off for a while, turned it back on, it still didn't engage. So, until we figure out what's going on, we probably can't run this, because you gotta have a PTO to run that. And the clutch was pretty hot too, Logan clutch. It wasn't like, I mean, you can't put your hand on it. It's not like 300 degrees hot, but it's probably 150 degrees hot, so I don't want to get that thing smoked. So until we find out more what's going on, best to bring Leg Arms in, which he's gonna be here in a second. And we're going to do some diagnosing and figure out what's going on. And 2, did notice a vibration in the long PTO shaft that was made and that Lovejoy unit that Leg Arms made. It just has a slight wobble, and there you can feel it in the cab. It's not horrible, but it's enough that we have to address that when we're done with harvest. So this winter, we'll probably have to rebuild those two things and get them trued up at a shop, which was the plan all along. We just never had time to do it, so we'll get there. All right, well, we decided we're gonna run it back, and we're gonna take a closer look at that Lovejoy and the clutch, and just kind of evaluate it, because it's nice to have better air pressure lift the cab up and be at the shop. So that's okay. We'll use trucks for now. Won't use the cart. We'll take care of the combines, but if we get a chance, we'll poke around this thing and see if we can find out what's going on, because that'd be a bummer if we had to shut it down now. Haven't had enough time on it yet. Needs to run more. By the way, doing a crisp, cool 21, almost 22 miles an hour at just over 1,500 RPM. That's pretty sweet. Hardly running, just cruising. Nice. All right, well, we did some looking here and decided we dropped the oil in it and put new synthetic ATF oil in it. So we're gonna try it. Everything's cooled down. We'll see if it's disengaging. It is like mostly disengaging, just not 100%. The other thing too is we found is there's a vibration here. We checked this. This is true. That's true to this. There's something with this Lovejoy that's not true. Either it came out of balance or something. Someone told us that you're supposed to tighten these up tight, and it sucks the edges of that Lovejoy tight against the centerpiece. That's something we'll have to look into, but that's not quite true. So that's creating a little bit of vibration here, which obviously isn't good. So we're gonna look at that a little more, but it might need a lot of machining and stuff, which is gonna take a lot of his time, which we don't know if we have that time. So we're gonna start it up. Let's see if the PTO runs when I start it. If it does, or if it kind of turns, something's still not right. Well, it kept turning. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but it was doing it before, so that's why we're a little confused by that. I mean, it's just freewheeling. It doesn't really hurt anything, but we'll tinker it some more. We got to go work on a combine right now, so we'll let this sit, let it keep cooling down, and we'd like to get this back in the field. I haven't got the drone up yet to hardly film this thing, so that'd be cool to get some video of that. But anyways, back to harvest. This will be parked for now. We'll figure out what's going on, and then when we get some time after all this is all said done this winter, we'll perfect that Lovejoy unit a little better and get it so it's trued up. Got a quick moment to jump away from the shop while Legarms is working on that Lovejoy machining piece that he made for that Logan clutch. I'm gonna run back home, grab some food, get ready to head back out when he gets it fixed, and stop in my bedroom. I'm gonna show you guys my beauty. No, not my wife. She's the super beauty. This is the bed. Let's talk about the bed. All right, welcome to my bedroom. This is my... Sorry, one second here. Yeah, got a few of those creatures running around the house there. Okay, where was I? This is the beauty. The Sedona from Brooklyn Bedding. My wife and I have been using this mattress for several months now. We love it. It's been a great mattress. Our old mattress was, well, it was a budget foam mattress we ordered off the internet, and it was way too hard for her. This, though, is just perfect. These mattresses are designed, manufactured, and shipped directly out of Arizona to your doorstep, skipping the middleman, saving bucks. And they all come with a limited lifetime warranty. Now, the Sedona starts with 6 different layers, starting with your cover for cooling, all the way down to multiple layers of foam and coils to give you that amazing sleep that you want. You can rest assured that Brooklyn Bedding does not use fiberglass when manufacturing or assembling their mattresses, which is nice. This is a queen size Sedona. It's more than enough for 2 people, but in our circumstances in our house, we typically have 3, sometimes 4, the little ones. If you don't know what to get and you need help, they have a quiz on their website at brooklynbedding.com. Gives you lots of options on how to pick and choose which mattress they offer that would fit your situation the best. The mattress does not ship to your house like this though. It comes in a box, vacuum sealed really tightly. Cut the seal, opens up, folds out like this. It's pretty amazing, honestly. But it is a heavy mattress. It's got a lot of stuff in it to make it comfortable. But they put these convenient handles on it, so real rugged, easy to move around, unlike a lot where you feel like you're squeezed to death trying to carry it up and down the stairs. We love our Sedona from Brooklyn Bedding, and I think you guys would too. Whether this is the mattress for you or not, you can decide. But they offer a 120-day trial, so you can at least find out if it's what you like or not. Go to brooklynbedding.com or scan the QR code. And if you use the promo code Welker Farms, you get 30% off your order. Not too bad. Let's get back to the shop and help Legarms with that Logan clutch. He's probably wondering where I'm at, so I got things to do. Let's keep farming. Let's get that tractor back in the field. It was gone for a minute, and he already pulled it all apart.
Yeah.
So we can see The Lovejoy was wearing here and here a little bit. Odd. A fan said actually what you should do is this centerpiece should be a little bit smaller diameter so that it squeezes the Lovejoy around it tighter.
These parts here squeeze in, if that's what he's asking for.
Yeah, and that could be a little bit what's going on. The other thing too is these washers were just slightly, there's a lip here they were pressed on.
Well, it's not the washer, it would be the bolt.
The bolt was just slightly crooked.
These were sandwich tight.
And there's a little bit of play in those. Anyways, so what Legarms has in mind, and this makes sense, and I like his thinking here, is he's going to bore out a hole in the center of this big old block here. Put one of these, it's like a pilot bearing. So you put something like that inside there. And then the other side, which would be this one, right?
Yeah.
You drill a hole, put a bar stock through and weld it up, and then that would fit inside there tight. And true those two up, and then there's no way these two can get out of true.
So basically, you want it to rock. You don't want it to bend back and forth like this.
You don't want it to shift left and right, back and forth. It just needs to rock, twist a little bit. And that takes the shutter out of the engine as it's going and running all that PTO.
You just want it, in case there's a little bit of shudder like this or chatter, it just stops that chatter. But what's happening is there's nothing to keep that Lovejoy center, at least that's what I'm thinking, and it's bending it down a little bit at one point where it's pulling to one side, and that's where you're getting that off-balance feel.
So this doesn't necessarily fix the problem with the actual clutch, though, slipping, and
no,
we got to figure that out. It could just be we need a bigger clutch. And this was all kind of, I mean, when we asked them, what do you think? They're like, oh, I've never done this before. So, I mean, this is kind of a...
The Logan clutch is not a... I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't think it's sized big enough.
It might need one size bigger.
That's what I would say.
Because pretty much from the moment on we started unloading the cart, it started to slow down and slip a little bit when I had opened the gate up really wide. And I ran the gate about halfway almost all the time on that cart, but every time I tried to run a little more than that, I could hear it starting to slow down the PTO, which meant that the clutch was slipping a little bit. So anyways, we'll get that figured out, but he's working on this right now. But I'm going to show you guys the other issue, which I guess I should start tackling. This is a new one. Oh, well, not new. It's new to tonight. We've done kind of this before, but the bearing went out. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already know what bearing I'm talking about. You're like, oh, bearing. Yes. There's probably one in particular, two in particular, that are notorious for going out, and that is the chopper bearing. Right there. That runs the chopper. Dad got a chopper alarm. He shut it off, went out, turned it back on for a second, heard squealing here, and sure enough, yes, chopper bearing's shot. That might be the whole original one too. They have an update. They've improved the bearing technology. There's a lot of opinions on those bearings, whether you should grease them daily, never grease them at all, grease them one shot a season. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on with that. And we've been really light with the greasing because we've been told that over-greasing them generates heat, and the heat causes them to go out because that chopper's whipping. It's pretty fast. So we don't grease them very often, so that could be why it went out. But then some tell you don't grease them too much because then they'll go out. So either way, we need a bearing. But it's weekend, so we're not gonna be able to get one today. So I'll start ripping into that, getting that apart, and then we'll try to get parts in the morning and get Clifford back up and running again. But Dad's still out there cutting and bee spine. We sent Brandon home, so he'll get to enjoy time home tonight and get some rest, and Dad will keep running. Just got started, and then phone calling. Other chopper's got problems. It's not turning. All right, we'll go find out what's going on. Drive down the Dad. Could be a bearing. That'd be amazing. Wouldn't that be amazing? What are the chances of that? Within like 30, 40 minutes of each other, lose both chopper bearings? We'll find out soon enough. Stay tuned. Oh, okay, so it needs dug out? Okay, all right, well, I'll be there. Okay, bye. He just called, tailings belt came off. So I think I've got enough tools to change that. I hope so. Question is, why did it come off? We were having issues earlier, and all this weeds issue we've been having at Kosha is just a nightmare. It's our fault. But they've got a deflector inside that deflects what comes out of the tailings processor, the rethresher, that directed it back up to the front of the shoe. And it's a choke point, and Kosha likes to get jammed up there and plug up. When it plugs up the whole refresher, which then shuts everything down and the belt comes off or burns or whatever. So we took that little deflector off because the other combine didn't even have it. So we've been running without it this year. We'll put it back on when we actually get some clean crops again. But that's probably where it plugged again. We'll see. But maybe the belt just came off. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh yeah, I see Dad there with the pitchfork digging around. I'll open up the other side. Oh my word, this is bad. I've never seen it like this, ever. What in the world? I bet the fan's plugged up. Is the fan plugged up? No, it's not. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right. Pulley came apart. Belt came off. Belt came off. Everything kept going down and not back up. It's plugged all the way underneath here. Problem is, I think it's gonna work. It didn't even budge, just solid. That's because that belt drives all that. It goes through that little auger, drives this, which is your shoe. So without that belt, none of this will run. All right, without that belt, it's not gonna work. So we were hoping maybe clean it out a little bit on its own, but it's not gonna happen. So we're gonna run it back to the shop and work on it there. Well, that refresher needs to turn the bottom pulley, to turn the bottom clean grain. Well, I guess it's the, what is that? The return grain elevator, or return grain auger, horizontal auger, which then powers the other side, which then is connected to the shoe, which shakes the shoe. So without that belt, it's not gonna turn any of it. And with that pulley busted, we're not turning it. So all we can do at this point is wait until tomorrow, so we gotta shut down tonight. So tomorrow, bearing, pulley. Get those two things, should be back in business. It's a good day, it's a good day. No more itch. So let's look at our yard. And down, and down, oh, and down. Oh, and Kobe's down too. All right, let's get this down. Okay, you're good? We got a weak battery, and it's starting to get worse. Those batteries been there since, I think, well, I kind of remember taking them out at one point, but they've been there for at least 4 years, maybe 5 years. And they've been really good so far, but one of them I think's got a bad cell, and it's starting to show it. So Dad's gonna run this over. He stole the pulley from that combine, since we can't get the pulley right now and put it on that combine. At least get one to run out of the two. We got an itch? I understand. Yeah, get it. Got it? Okay, good. We'll see if it cleans itself out now that that belt's back on. When it cleans itself out, he's in business, he can go back to the field. It tried. No. Of course, it did turn a little bit. Let's see here. Let's get some power. Give this thing a little more power. So we'll put this in a neutral position right there. That way it won't try to turn the rotor because we don't care about that right now. We want the shoe to clean out. Is this thing got a hold there? Good thing they got these jump terminals right on the side. That was awesome of Case to do that. Beautiful spot for those. Thank you, Case. All right, go ahead. Oh, chopper's stuck. Here. The chopper is stuck. It's not turning the chopper. I turned the chopper to a different speed setting. I probably just got to climb in there and try to dig with my hands and clean that chopper out as much as possible, but we'll try it once here. If it doesn't work, we'll get in there and I'll start digging. There we go. Get out of there. Hey, Dad, is it going? It goes, then it just stops. That chopper's running. The fan's not even running. Let me pull the fan on it. No, she's not jammed. Why isn't the fan running? Can't reach in there. I got some of it out, but the fan's not running. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, that's air conditioner water. That's what that is. Okay, fan. Yeah, she spins. Why would there be no hydraulic flow to the fan? It doesn't even try to turn. All right, we got it. I don't know. It must have threw a fault. I checked the fault. I didn't see it, but there was some safety feature that wouldn't let the rotor or fan engage because of the shoe not running prior, even though we had to turn it on and off. So I cycled the power on it and bam, worked. So it's cleaned out. So Dad's gonna put fuel in it. I'll get the covers, we'll put them back on. And I mean, he'll be good to go for a couple more hours tonight. Who is the wise guy that splattered mud all over this thing and ruined the fenders? Just destroyed them. They're just torn apart, absolutely destroyed them, and the tires. So look how they've been wearing into these. Look at that, see the tread's gone there? See the big groove right there? Ruined them. Lousy farmers, no idea what they're doing. Don't have a clue.
Who built this thing so heavy? Oh, man.
Trying to add weight to the tractor.
Yeah,
simple.
You're right.
100 pounds per horsepower. We've got that, right?
Nick, I am 100 pounds per horsepower.
That's right. That's why his seat is right there, and yet he hasn't been driving it. I've been the one breaking it. Oh, that'd be cool if the. What's all that stuff? Just grease.
Yeah, that's just that.
They put that in the splines. I'll put that back in there.
Sticky.
Well, I can try to hand this to you.
Yeah, it's heavy.
I can hold part of it. Oh my goodness. There it goes. There it goes.
I was just about to lose my grip. Alright, let's see here. Right, these ones right here. Bolts, the big bolts for those are hanging down.
That bottom one needs to tighten on your side.
They're somewhere down below.
What are these ones?
So those ones go through here.
Oh, okay.
They connect that.
You say the big ones fell down?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one right there.
Yeah, there's one. The other one fell down. Okay.
Pillow block. Pillow okay? There it goes. I'm guessing these are the nuts that go on these.
Nuts facing upward because you get the impact on.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't want to just hammer down on that because it's cast, but at least snug it up really good. Here, let me put that
Wonderful.
through.
There goes the washer. Okay, we are buttoned up, new and improved. So, he's got that set up now, so there's no way this end can get out of, oh, what's the word? I was gonna say sync with that end. They can't go back and forth. They're true together, but they can twist a little bit with this Lovejoy, but they can't. So,
I mean, it's possible you might see a little bit of variation, but we won't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start it up. Hopefully the Logan clutch stops spinning. It might still spin. If it does, we'll deal with that later. But at least we can get in here. It's better. It's better. I have that off, right? Yeah, it's off. Yeah, it's not supposed to be spinning that right now. It's something with the Lovejoy, because that side is really true. Yeah. That side moves a little bit.
I mean, that pin goes in about that much.
I mean, this looks like the Lovejoy is like the faceless isn't even. It's doing this kind of. Sprayed a load of chemical out this morning. Dad's on B-spine. Leg arms, bought some batteries for B-spine, because you guys saw I was having battery issues. And then there's a cover for the front of the rotor, which I don't know when he had it here somewhere. And then did manage to get the bearing, which is in that box, for, there she is, nice blue bearing. Look at that. There, it's just the plastic. So we're working on this, getting this all apart. And look at this filter. I'm like, I don't want to take that off because oil's going to go everywhere, but that is in the way. And I was like, well, why don't we just unbolt these floor bolts up here, loosen this jam nut up, and then you can just twist this up. Look at that. Isn't that just nice? So we got room now to get all that off. So anyways, we'll keep peeling this apart. I think the bud's ready to go back to the field. The Logan clutch still isn't acting quite like it should be, but I think we'll be able to run it. So we'll run it for a little while until we get some answers on what we need to do about that. And then we'll hopefully get some good days in here.
Do you see it, Bunny? You want to go find it? Ready? All right. I need him show him how to get off this. Kobe, come here, right here. No. Right here. No. You want to get off? Go on that way. Do you see him? Where is he? Where'd that bunny go? He's in there, but crouching down. All right, I guess I better get going.
Ran into a snag. It's always an issue. That bearings on this pulley and this speed changer are fused to that shaft, and we don't have a puller that's long enough to go all the way to the backside of here and try to pull this off. We do have this beast, but like I said, it's not long enough. So I think it's a job for an iron worker. Let's make 6 of these, only a lot longer, so we can get the length we need to hopefully make that work. Way to straighten these out.
Do you want me to put a little air chisel to it? Oh, there we go.
Did it move?
Yep, you moved it. I just want you to know that I loosened it up for you. I
saw Dad actually this morning.
Oh, did he actually?
He was here.
Oh, he was there. Did he? Thanks, Dad.
Brandon actually was out here last night.
Do you think he was?
Yeah, he touched it a few times.
So you're saying it could have been Dad or Brandon?
Yeah, but then I was there before Brandon.
Oh, that's true. You were actually, but I was after all of you guys. So
I just fixed a flat iron.
There we go. It's going now. Okay.
Or do we need this to pull that bearing?
Well, the bearing, we're going to take that snap.
That's right, because they have a shaft that goes inside the shaft. I forgot that's how they do that. So yeah, so we got to take a hammer and chisel. Oh, the bearings. Come on.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh, it scared me. There's a little flame in there, so that terrified me. Like, what was that? Ready? Yep, go ahead. There we go, got it. Yep, it slid right on. Almost like there's splines we gotta line up or something, I don't know. All right, well, we got this pulley on. It took a little while. We had trouble figuring out the shim setup on there, but we got her figured out. So first belt's on, just got it tightened. He's putting the locking collar on the pulley, or what they call that whole unit. And then the next big pulley's going on. And then we put the other belt on, put the cover on. Check out this little wear spot we found. There was a bracket here that was holding this hose from bouncing around, and it had wore almost through that pipe. But it hasn't popped through it yet, so we're okay. We just took that off. There's no reason to have it on there, so that should be fine. But yeah, it's got a lot of spots like that. Right here, that rubber hose there has got a wear spots going into it from this filter housing. Right here is just starting to rub on it, so...
Hey, there's kind of a wear spot going right up here, too.
He's got a wear spot right there.
Yeah, you guys can see it, right?
It's kind of really... Ooh, that is ugly. Holy cow.
I'll keep this... Are you talking about the hat or me?
Well, you, obviously.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was cutting along, and all of a sudden left side of the sickle stopped, and I thought, oh, okay, probably bounced the rock. Let's take a look at it. All right. This is not that famous. Not a Clark cable. I think it's a cable. Old rusty one. Well, that's one way of getting it out of the field. I'll stick it right there, and I think we're good to go.
Combine's buttoned up, and this is always the damage report after you do a job like that. You wouldn't think it would take stuff. Oh, okay, a lot of these tools were here prior to this, but still, this is what happens. And then usually Dad comes through and sorts it all and puts it away. He's been really good about that, or one of us do. But yeah, that's just part of the damage. Tools everywhere. We'll get them sorted and cleaned up. All right, well, I'm gonna run this one out to the field. I'll start harvesting. Leg arms to dump in a truck, and then he'll get some trucks lined up and go here in a minute. And I think eventually we'll get this back out in the field again. We talked to Logan Clutch. They said, yeah, there's a good chance that some of the friction plates inside there might have fused together from the slipping and excessive heat that was generated when it slipped, when I was unloading. Reason why it slipped, they think that clutch is more than capable of doing what it needs to do for this setup. We probably just didn't have enough air pressure run into it. You have to have so much air pressure to keep the clutch packs engaged tight. We thought we had 90 pounds. That's what we thought we had, but maybe need a little more than that, and would have prevented it from slipping. So we can still run it. We're gonna run it. It's just we got to turn the tractor off when we're not needing it, because that PTO slowly keeps spinning right now, and we'll just go, because we can't. I mean, if it quits working, it quits working. But we'll work with them. We'll get it figured out and get the right setup on here. Whether it means just rebuilding that one, but we're still gonna use that. So we'll get in the field in a minute. So don't worry, it's coming. All right, so weeds over there. Gonna harvest that, and then harvested that, and I sprayed it. Look at those weeds. Gone. Oh, it feels good.